Why are we angry? And we are. You've seen that. The world looks angry to you. It probably looks angry in your country, wherever you might live. It may have been a lot of angry things happening in your life personally. You may be angry. I've been really angry. I've been angry a lot. And that's why I'm doing this video, and that's why I'm going to talk about it. I've had so much experience moving through my anger, and I've always found out that it led me somewhere great. And I'm saying that because I want you to understand that's what's occurring now. I know it looks crazy. Everybody's fighting one another. It's all over the place. And it is because we're each trying to find out who we are. You may think that it's about the pandemic. That's what a lot of people think. Or, most recently it's about the vaccine. That's what's going on where I live. We're fighting about that. And or mandates, being controlled by something that we have no control over, supposedly. And that's never true either. But it's something for each of us to think about. But that's why we're angry, you see. So I saw something earlier where an angry person was saying something on Twitter about the vaccines, that the mandates, that it's communism. And I thought, how did we get there? How did we create that? And it was kind of personally insulting to me because I'm a person who needs a vaccine because I have a weak immune system and I could be susceptible to things. I get that. But I thought I was angry. But then I said, no, I can't act that way. I've got to do that. They just don't know. They just don't understand. Because when you make a comment like that, it's out of ignorance, meaning not knowing, not having information. And so what I did was, as I calmed down, as I got over my anger, you see, then I said, okay, no, that's not what's really going on. I said, I really respect your opinion. And I want you to have that opinion. It's really a wonderful one. However, I think that you might want to have a little more information. And so I went and I found an article, and I did it very lovingly. And I sent it. I said, here's the history of vaccines. You see, we only exist as the human race the way we do today because of the introduction of vaccines, which no one remembers when that happened. But why are we making it different now? We have, and you've seen it everywhere. And we're using all of these things to divide ourselves instead of coming together. And so what I thought, and I tell you, I've gone through this so much. So I went back to my Wilhelm. You guys know I channel and I receive information. That's the only thing that kind of keeps me sane going through all of this, but it's been really helpful. And so they talked to me about my anger back in 2016. And the part of it was, yes, there are times when you will experience what could be called good anger. And that's what I'm talking about now, see, because that's where we really are. And what it says is, it is called good subjectively because your experience of it causes you to do something that turns into your own personal expansion. That's what we're all doing. We're trying to figure out why we're angry and what can we do about it to get it to move. And every single time the answer is we have to do something that causes us to own who we are. We have to own our beliefs. We have to move out of our own ways. We have to do things that cause us to expand. And most times we're afraid. And that's what's happening. And, I even get to see that there are so many things I've seen of misinformation, people not understanding things. And when I had the information, I could find a way to give it to them that they could accept it and understand it. And I wouldn't create any conflict. But see, that takes a little effort. It's much easier to jump off, fly off the handle and yell at somebody and tell them, oh. And I do that with my clients a lot because, I just hate to see you hold yourselves back. But that's what we're always doing. A friend said to me the other day, she goes, why do you keep talking about that you're moving more into yourself all the time? And why do you keep saying that to all these folks? I said, because I want them to understand that's what happens. You don't live a life and stay in the same place. We're evolving. And every time we evolve, we move into a new place. Sometimes it gets crazy, and this is what's going on in the world. But see, the world does the same thing. That's what's happening. We are trying to hold on to something that existed before, and we're afraid because we don't know what's going to happen if we let go of it. What's the future going to hold? Oh, that uncertainty, that fear of the unknown. And so that's what you see going on right now. We have the old folks trying to hang on to the old way of doing things. I'm not meaning chronologically necessarily that, but people have old beliefs who are holding on to that. And then you have the other people say, no, we want to do something different and we want something new. We each have that going on within us. But the deal is, always, it comes back to us. I'm saying this because I know when whoever happens to hear this, you will understand that there's something that is in front of you right now that is causing you to be angry, and it's not about all those people out there. It's not about what you're seeing in the world. It's about what you're not doing. That's really what it is. And I can take you through every single instance where I was told from my Wilhelm about my anger, and every time it was because I wasn't moving into that next direction, that next place that I knew I was meant to move in my life because I was afraid. And that's what's happening now, and it's happening all around the world. But we can also make a difference, and that is deciding that we are going to move into who we are meant to be. Many of you know that's why I've started changing and moving into more of the direction of what I know is going to offer people a lot of hope, a lot of information, a lot of insight. And I've been doing much more of my Wilhelm channeling and writing and all of that because I know that will give you something that can kind of dispel a little bit of that anger that we all are experiencing. And I know you're going to understand this because you've seen it, and we're going to see much more of it too. I'll just tell you, it's not going to instantly clean up. We never do that. We don't do that in our own lives. But if we start putting things in a new way, we can create something that's completely different than what we have right now. Anyway, the other thing, I'm doing a channeling session because we have a full moon this Wednesday. And I'm going to do, and I know that there's a lot of energy going on. And I'm saying this is the time where each of us, if we decide to take that time and focus on what we want in our future, in the future for our lives and the future of our world, we can start to create that. And so that's why I'm doing this session. I'd love for you to show up. It's going to be this Wednesday, the 20th, and I'm doing it at 8 o'clock Pacific time because I'm in Los Angeles. But you can register, and I will send you the replay because I'm sure that what will come through will be helpful for you, as they always have been. But just examine and think about this a little bit. And unless you find a way to understand and handle your anger, the world won't heal. Really. Because you're that important. All right. I'll see you guys soon.